I have no problem with that, but I can't think of too many other places where that's been done. I mean, and I believe outside the safety, the other issue for them is noise, because they've told me that over the years. Whenever they do their recordings or their filming, the noise from the road has an impact on them. Well, I hate to say it, but it's too darn bad, because you knew it when you bought the property in 1978, 39 years ago or whatever. That road was there. These people have been using that road. And I say, though this is not in our jurisdiction, it butts right to it. It's in our sphere of influence. We have to come out and we have to meet with the supervisor, the entire board. Mr. Mayor, I suggest that you hand deliver this resolution to the Board of Supervisors and let them know just how important this is if it passes tonight. There's a tremendous impact on that, whether it's economic, transportation, circulation, and if the county has an issue with making this road safe, it's squarely on them. But it's an impact to all of us, because not only the residents of this city use that road, it's everybody in the valley. And I don't know if you were contacted in the last couple of weeks, but I sure was. And I can't imagine it being cul-de-sac. After all, do you remember when there was an iron bridge out there? Mm-hmm. And several $1 million was spent on that bridge to construct it. And you have our levee project out there. There's just a lot of issues that go along with this. And I'm in full support of this resolution going forward. And it is a policy. We do have the purview to make this decision tonight. I would encourage my colleagues to take a good, long, hard look at it and vote in favor of it, because I believe it is the right thing for this city, now and in the future.
I'm glad that you support a lot of the things that are going on. I'm going to ask that we try to keep the applause and stuff down. We're trying to conduct a meeting up here, and I want to make sure that everything stays professional so it doesn't flip one side to the other. So making sure we can stay in control. Vice Mayor Mansberger.
Thank you. Just recently I drove through Gilman Springs, and I think what spurred it on was the construction at Sanderson and Ramon Expressway. You know, it's kind of a shortcut for some people. And I have a hard time believing that actually the trips were, what, 15 or 12,000 per day. It's a shortcut, and you actually drive slow through there because it's beautiful, and Scientology has done some really nice work up there. It's a beautiful place. And it's one of those rare places where you don't mind driving actually below the speed limit because you want to look around. There's a lot of history up there. My fear is imagining a day where that road is closed, and what if there was a bad accident at Ramon Expressway in Sanderson, or on Sanderson north of Ramon Expressway? What's going to happen to people that have to get to maybe the 10 freeway or to Beaumont? You're going to have to go all the way down Ramon Expressway, turn on Bridge Street, and then you're going to have traffic backed up all the way to Ramon Expressway. And that recently happened when they had the fire on Lambs Canyon. I was one of the unfortunate persons that was stuck in that traffic for an hour and a half, and it was chaos. There were people driving through fields, farmers were chasing them off. It was anarchy. And that's my fear. You know, what if somebody gets stuck in traffic like that and has a medical problem? That could be a potential life-threatening situation, you know. It's a tough position to take. I would like to see some alternatives. You know, if Scientology can bring forward an alternative that works for everybody and taxpayers don't have to pay for it, I could possibly support something like that. But right now, I can't support a road closure. So I am going to vote for this resolution. Thank you.
Mr. Mayor, can I add one? I forgot one thing.
Just real quick, I'll put you in order. I'm going to go, then Mr. Bruno will put it over pass, and I'll let you go. Okay. I want to try to make sure everything stays in order. All right. You know, this has been going on, as other Councilman Rivera stated earlier, for the last decade. Since before even I was on council several years ago, this issue has always been brought up. It always seems to come forward in some way or some fashion. There was a lot of rumors spread around how the city supported this project. I had a meeting with Supervisor Stone, one of our quarterly meetings, talked to him about it, showed him aerial photos of the impacts that it would cause for us, as well as the existing reservation, of how traffic would then be routed all from the casino, and all of that would be routed through the city, and it had no other outlet to be able to get out. he told us that he wouldn't support the project, as proposed, unless there was something else that was done or something that mitigated. And so far, got through all the rumors, there's never been anything that's been stated that we're going to build an alternative road on the south side of the levee and to make it work. There's been none of that that's been done. I agree that the level of trips and stuff that have been on this road, the road is, traffic goes on. It's windy roads. I understand that. There's a lot of trips on the road. But closing the road doesn't make the problem go away. That just makes the problem worse because you converted it to somewhere else, and we can't have that. It's generally you widen roads to the ultimate right of way, or you build an additional road somewhere else to be able to make it accommodate it. But the argument is there's so many trips there, it's unsafe that we should just close the road. I don't think really holds water for us. I think this is a good resolution that should be done formally. I think it could be amended in the future if there was a different proposal that came forward that showed something. An application is definitely in the works. It's not in our jurisdiction. We won't be voting on it, but certainly we'll have a voice in the matter and let the county feel about what we think about this project.
There's no way at this moment that I could ever support closing this road with all those new businesses that are there. As John said from U.S. Bank, okay, there are businesses just barely surviving over there. But as an alternative, we have nothing else before us, but as an alternative, I would just say if there's a possibility where we can get to the county and slow traffic down, maybe lower the speed limit, or something like that, maybe, as an interim measure. Thank you.
Councilor Reyes.
Yes, I missed one note I had made here. I would, just from a historical perspective, there was a time several years ago when the road was closed for 3 days for some filming that the Church of Scientology was doing. And I remember it vividly because traffic was backed up on Sanderson to the base of Lamb Canyon. And that was several years ago. We've grown much more as a community. It's changed dramatically. And I don't think anyone's arguing the fact that the road has issues. But again, this came to us from various angles. And I think it's not too early in the process to make a position known to them. We've opened the door to meet with them, but I really believe they need to meet with county transportation and start their argument there, because I think tonight we've made our argument pretty clear. The impact is multiple. And if I can, I'd like to make a recommendation to the council that we go ahead and approve this resolution and pass it on to the Board of Supervisors, all 4 Board of Supervisors, including George Johnson, the Director of TLMA, and Juan Perez of the Transportation Department as well.
Have a motion on the resolution. Do I have a second?
Second.
Have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Item carries 5-0. Thank you. Okay.